With Ed Balls, the Shadow Chancellor, looking resplendent, shall we say, in his gear. Lycra, why?
Because when you're running, it avoids any chafing in the winter. Back in January, it was really snowy,
in the winter as opposed to
really rainy. And but the thing is with running, once you get into a pattern, then you stick to it. And this is what I've got used to. I've done loads and loads of miles in these special running, whatever the word is, tights. And so I've got used to it.
Tights. You've got shorts over them though, which is an innovative fashion statement.
I've got shorts over them in order to defend my Shadow Chancellor honour. I wouldn't want to destabilise the punters.
As it's Sunday morning, we won't go further than that. What possessed you to do this in the first place? Because I mean, there isn't a great history of politicians pulling off sporting things very successfully. I mean, your old friend, well actually, should we call him a friend, Tony Blair? He did a brilliant keepy-uppy header thing with Kevin Keegan. There have been some rather embarrassing sporting moments with politicians.
I think it may be a slightly loony thing to do, if I'm honest with you. Yvette has always, in a very supportive way, been totally unsupportive of the idea. But that's, I think, because she thought I might keel over. I've done enough miles, she's still on one side. But if you succeed doing a marathon, then as an opposition politician, it's a marathon, not a sprint, is quite a good slogan. But on the other hand, if you don't finish, obviously that's pretty bad. No. But the history is, I was doing a fundraising dinner for WizKids, a charity I'd worked with really closely over my time as Secretary of State for Children. And at this fundraising dinner, Ruth, the head of the charity, announced out of the blue, Ed's agreed to run the marathon for WizKids.
You were like a gulping goldfish.
There was wild cheering, but nobody had told me. So I went into complete denial for 6 months. And then finally last May, I thought, well, I should find out if I could. And then but the official advice is you don't run for the first 4 or 5 months, you do strength training. Started running in October. Probably the thing which tipped the balance was 2 things. One, those pictures of me and my football kid at Labour Party conference sort of slightly suggested maybe I had a bit more work to do.
They had an appeal to a certain clientele.
They struck a chord with middle-aged men up and down the country and possibly their partners. And secondly though, my sister is running the marathon for WizKids as well. And she's a couple of years younger than me. If your sister's doing it, you've sort of got to, haven't you?
No, Yvette isn't doing it, and she's fitter than you in so many ways. Why isn't she doing it?
Well, look, marathon's an endurance sport, and she's fitter than me in many, many ways, but she's not run 18 miles in a row. So I think Yvette is probably a sane and balanced person, what can I say?
Now, you went to Greggs this week and were filmed buying 8 sausage rolls. Is that part of your Get Fit regime?
The important thing for all of your listeners who are Greggs aficionados is that it wasn't only 8 sausage rolls, it was 8 sausage rolls individually wrapped in their own bags.
And were they hot, and did they have VAT on them? The nation needs to know.
They were hot, and they will have VAT on them whenever this change comes in. I'm not sure, is the change in yet?
I think sausage rolls do have VAT on them.
Not hot sausage rolls. But anyway, I was about to say, can I have them individually wrapped? And the shop assistant said, don't worry, they're individually wrapped. There's been some speculation that I was trying to buy 8 for me.
I can't think why people would think that.
It's shocking because, we've got all our guys who are travelling with us up to Redditch and back, and so it was 1 each. But, politics is all about caricature. And, the cartoon view of me buying 8 sausage rolls, what can I do? Well, I think other than run a marathon, I guess.
Well, exactly, the cartoon view of you after that, I think, is going to be something to behold. What are you most worried about? If it was me, I'd be worried about my knees.
I'm most just worried about it being hot and not being quite 100%, and finding, mile 18 or 19 suddenly gets really hard, and thinking, I've got to finish, and that would be a tense moment. But on the other hand, I'm looking, there's going to be 500 other WizKids marathon runners. There will be loads of supporters of Action for Stammering Children as well, all along the course, and so there'll be lots of people to cheer along, and I'm hoping to raise a lot of money for 2 brilliant charities.
And what's your target time?
My target, I'd like to get in under 5 hours. I don't know if I will, to be honest, it doesn't really matter. I think it's more likely to be 5.5, 5 and 3/4, 5 hours and 3/4, but just to finish will be plenty.
Just finally, what do your kids make of this? Do you remember the Fast Show, Competitive Dad? Is that you?
They've all been rolling their eyes all their lives.
Oh, Dad, don't embarrass us.
You said it.
Great stuff.
Fantastic.
Is that all right?